Hello everyone, this is Lisa, Simply Beautiful Handcrafts, and all the dresses are done. So this video should have gone out like last week, but I wasn't feeling all that well Friday and Saturday, and I still had a bunch of socks and things and other gifts to get done. So I'm just now getting to it. Originally, I had planned on having all the dolls on the table, explaining all the dresses and yada yada yada, but we've got quite a few dolls here. We've gone past 12 dresses easily. And so at the moment, all of the dolls are on shelves, are at the top of the wall in the room. And there are 4 different shelves. And there's quite a few dolls here now. So getting them all off the shelves, some of them have stands, some don't, getting them all arranged again. Like the little runway video is a bit of work. And I've got a bunch of stuff going on down here. So it just was too much trouble. So what I'm going to do is break them up into colored dresses. And at some point, I'm going to be standing on top of something holding the camera so that they can be seen where they are up on the walls. Okay, so first, here are our ladies in pink. Now, if you remember, if you've seen the other videos, all of these dresses are from Samantha's cranberry dress pattern or her pinafore dress pattern, and actually those 2 patterns are not terribly different. The length of their bodice is kind of what makes them different. And so we've got Samantha in the cranberry dress, except this one's not cranberry, it's pink, because they didn't have the cranberry-ish fabric when I bought the satin, and so I didn't get any red. I got the pink instead. So there she is in that dress with the lace trimmings, and she's just missing the white bow. And that's just an oversight. I have white ribbon. I was meaning to put it on there, and I didn't. So I'll cut off a length of white ribbon because you can see it in Kirsten's hair, and make sure it goes with the dress. Okay, so we have Kirsten also in the cranberry dress, except for hers, I put the lattice across the sleeves and across the front bodice of the dress. And then once again, we've got Marie Grace, and she is in the cranberry dress as well. Now, her cranberry dress is plain on the front, and she has little bow, double bow at the top. The zoom here does not want to cooperate, but you can see double bow at the top and with the pearl drop on it. And on her sleeve, she has a similar bow with a pearl bead. And she also has a little bows at the top of her dress. Top of her sleeve cap here. I don't know if you can see that. Let me turn her so that you can see that on there. And that's just a little added detail for her pretty little ribbon. I didn't do much for the shoes. I really had plans to make shoes. In this case, didn't quite get that far for everybody. So Marie Grace and Samantha both have their shoes on. Marie Grace is her meat shoes, and Samantha has the Victorian shoes that I believe go with the sailor outfit, if I can remember what it's called. I can't quite remember what it's called, but it goes with that outfit right there. All right, let's go on to the silver ladies. So the dolls are arranged on the shelves in a very specific order. I have them in chronological order, and that means that Kaya's first, and my last historical doll, Nanea, is the last. But they're not dressed in that particular order. The color is just pretty much, I just decided what color I thought they looked best in, and that's where they went. So when I'm taking them off the shelves, that means that I've just changed my order, and so everybody has to come off the shelf, and then I have to put them all back in that particular order. Penali wants to take a nosedive. Okay, so there we go. All right, now I had to take these guys off the shelf, like I said, because they were on different shelves. So here we are with the silver, and there are a lot of silver dresses because I got a lot of silver fabric. The other the two fabrics, the gold and the pink, I only got half a yard. That's all I actually needed to make 3 dresses. But the silver, there was something extra left on the bolt. So I got a whole yard of it, because it really was like, if I got half a yard, there was like another, 2/3 of a yard on there. So I went with a whole yard of it, and I got a lot of it. So there are a lot of silver dresses. And as you can see with the pink dresses, none of them are the same dress. So I'm going to start with Kanani, because she is front and center. And she is, well, what happened was, I had started making dresses for all of these ladies. I've had all of these ladies for some time. And then at the last moment, I purchased Kanani. And so, because Kanani is Kanani and she is so beautiful, I decided to make her the belle of the ball. So, with all of the tulle I had left and the extra rhinestones, she kind of got the fanciest dress. She's not wearing the crinoline. I had to check and see, but she's wearing the shoes from the Star Winter outfit and the glittery headband that matches. And she's got a ball gown length satin skirt with an overlay of gray tulle, and she has the satin bodice, cap, satin sleeves. And I mentioned that all of these sleeves right here, the cap ones, all come from the Marsha dress. And then I did kind of like a overlay with the tulle in the front, and she's got, it goes all the way around. Let me turn her carefully to the back. That tulle is overlaid in the back of her dress, so it's all the way around. You can see it has like little puffs that fan out over here. So that is Kanani. I'm going to take her off of here so that I can properly show you the other ones. Okay, now next we have Addie. Let's do Addie next. And Addie also has a floor length dress on, a ball length dress. She has on satin slippers. She's the only one I made the satin slippers for. And she also has the tulle, but she has a double tulle overlay. There's a long ball gown piece right here, and then a top ruffle here with a tulle waistband and satin folded flowers. She's got the bell sleeves, and her tulle waistband goes all around to the back, where there's like a little tulle bow right here. She's wearing her Victorian slip underneath, so it bulges a little bit. I took her corset off, or else it would kind of snap in place. So let's move Addie out the way. I just want to mention that this is the Pleasant Company Addie. That may or may not make a difference to some people, but since there are more than one version, I thought I'd mention that. Molly, Josefina, and Felicity, all Pleasant Company dolls. All of the first 6 historicals I have are all Pleasant Company versions. Okay, now here is Molly. Molly, as you remember, had a face up. She doesn't want to stay on the stand, so I'm going to hold her down just a little bit. Okay, so we see Molly with her cute little kind of wreath hairstyle, and she's wearing the same dress. She's got the capped collar there. Some of them have, for example, Nanea just has a straight collar. Molly's got a cap. Felicity's got a cap. Fina has just a straight collar. Cap sleeves. And she's got a slightly, I'd say, calf length skirt on. And she has a tulle overlay. This one is the sparkling overlay. Bring her closer, maybe you can see it better. Yes, see how that sparkles? And then she's got like a little ruffle at the top off of that overlay. That is our Molly. Next, put her up. Hopefully no one will take a swan dive while I'm over here. That happens periodically. I'm not restarting the video. I'm telling you this. And so here's Nanea. And Nanea has a short, well, it's not really short. She has a calf length dress. It's longer than the pink dresses because I did add some extra length to the second set of dresses. And she has a tulle overlay. It's also sparkly tulle. And she has little teeny tulle flowers. Tulle flowers. And a big bow on the back. And that bow is attached to her band, her waistband. Some of the bows, I'm trying to think who, I'm saying this, but I'm trying to remember who. Maybe number 46, I think it is. Somebody, and Caroline has a bow that is just wrapped. It's not actually attached to the bodice or the skirt, but hers is attached to the bodice. She got bodice attachment. And Nanea is not going to cooperate, so I have to fix her later. And then we have Felicity. Felicity is different because there's always somebody different. She doesn't want to stand either today. Now, Felicity is actually wearing the same dress, except she has the puff sleeves that belong on the pinafore, lacy pinafore dress. So I didn't really want the long sleeves. That's what I discovered after making the cranberry dress with the long sleeves. I didn't really want the long sleeves. I wanted something kind of different because although I made these for Christmas, they are basically standard ball gowns. So I can kind of use them any season. And someone did mention about all these short sleeve Christmas dresses. Well, firstly, Christmas is celebrated all over the world and all kinds of regions. So just because you're celebrating Christmas does not mean you're doing it in a cold climate. Got to consider that. Like Hawaii, they have Christmas and they're not celebrating in a cold climate. There are people in the southern hemisphere, people near the equator, whatever, like tropical people. They're celebrating Christmas, but it's not necessarily a white Christmas or a cold Christmas. I mean, if you're celebrating Christmas in Florida, it's not necessarily a cold Christmas either. So there's nothing wrong with having the cap dresses. They're not going to be cold. And I mean, I grew up in Pennsylvania. I still had a dress like this for Christmas. I just had a overlay sweater or an overlay shawl or a turtleneck underneath or some type of leotard, long sleeve leotard underneath. It's still a thing. Satin is for every season. Okay, so sorry about that. At any rate, she's got the puff sleeves on. She's the only one with the puff sleeves because Felicity needs to be different. And she's got a little bling around her puff sleeves, the rhinestones, and the collar. And she's got the standard calf length dress. She has on her shift. Okay, so she looks like she's wearing a lot of extra bulk and she doesn't have on the corsets. I don't think anybody has on the corsets, not that I can think of for this round, but she has that extra bulk and puff from having her shift underneath. And last, but certainly not least, is Josefina. I'm running out of places to stash these guys without putting them back up on the shelf. Or Josie, as we like to call her. She is just such a pretty doll. Okay, so Josefina is wearing the standard dress. She doesn't have anything extra on her dress. And that's basically because I wanted gray ribbon and I couldn't find it. And then I saw it again, then I couldn't find it. So I have been looking for it, couldn't find it. And I'm really thinking that it's somewhere. So I never actually finished her dress. So she looks kind of plain. So you just have to forgive me for that. I also wanted to make jewelry. Run out of time for jewelry. That'll have to be the next pass. Something to aspire to next Christmas. And so she's just wearing the basic dress with the cap sleeves, but it is really pretty. Josefina doesn't stand. A lot of the girls, the Pleasant Company girls, I mean, they're old. They're from the 90s. And I was able to tighten most of their limbs. But Josefina and Eddie really need to be restrung because there's no amount of tightening that is going to help their elastic. So I just haven't gotten around to it yet. But at some point, I need to restring those two. Isn't she looking lovely with her big old bows? That is it for the silver girls. And so I'm going to hold the camera up so you can see the gold. Okay, so this is like a terrible picture, but these are my golden girls. They are up here on the top shelf, as you can see. And we've got 4 of the gold dresses. We've got Truly Me number 46, who's AKA Gabrielle. I have another Gabrielle here. I have an actual Gabrielle. So we'll see what I do about that. All right, at any rate, here we go. She has the cranberry dress, or she has the other dress. I can't remember. But like I said, it's either a cranberry dress or a lacy pinafore dress. Not much difference except in bodice. And it's just pretty standard. It's just a little bit longer than normal because it would be Kit's length. Kit has what the normal they put Kit and Joss. Okay, so anyway, and I just added a little bit of the silver here at the bottom because I thought it'd be cool to have something contrasting. I don't know how I feel about that. I might take it off, put the gold for next year. But she's got a bow and hers is attached to her bodice. Okay, next is Kit, and Kit is one of my favorites. And she has a overlay of the gold tulle on both her bodice and on her skirt. And I think that just makes it really look unique. And then she's got some kind of gold sequin blingy trim that I've had for like the last 20 years. I decided I was going to use it. Next is Truly Me 22. And 22 has on the same dress, of course, except for her collar. You can see at the top of her collar, I used the satin ribbon to trim around the top of her collar, the glittered satin ribbon. I also trimmed her skirt with the glittered satin ribbon. And she has the satin bow. It ties in the back. And I added sequins onto, tack sequins onto it to just a little something decoration there. And then we have Joss, poor Joss. Yeah, let's try that. Okay, here's Joss. Joss has something really unique going on here. She, of course, her shift is peaking. Sorry about that. Just kind of put her up there. But she has an overlay of tulle just like Kit does. But her tulle extends past her skirt. So that just give her, a slightly different look. She would look better if I actually took her down and kind of smoothed her out. But just kind of imagine in your mind what she looks like. I'll have some better pictures on Instagram later. Okay, so here's where we get into trouble because I'm like way up at the top here on the shelf. But hopefully you can see this. So here we go. We have Samson over here in his outfit, which, yes, I did make. I wasn't sure what I was going to do with him at the last moment. I kind of hodgepodge this outfit together with the vest, the cummerbund, and the dress pants here with a kind of a little cute bow that I can't get to stay on right. I'm working on that. And then we have number 4, and you'll see this video before you see the number 4 video, so I'm not going to say much more. But while I was at Walmart, I just ran across this fabric. And I had gotten number 4. She needed a dress. And I had been going to get some red tulle and some red satin, but I found this instead. So I made the dress for number 4. Then I decided that Kaya was going to join us. And it's still the basic pattern for the dress. You can see that number 4's dress is ball gown length. And Kaya's is a little past the knees. It's a little longer than the other dresses. And I put a little ruffle around the bottom of hers. I'm not sure if I like it or not, but it's on there for now. And then Caroline. And Caroline has hers tied. She's one of the ones where the ribbon is not connected to the bodice or the skirt. It's just tied on sash. And Caroline kind of has her own story. I hadn't intended on dressing any of the new dolls that just came in, but since she is a historical, I do plan to keep her. So Second Kanani lost her dress to Caroline. Don't feel bad about Second Kanani because she's on her way to the doll hospital to get her eyes fixed and that wig replaced. And I'm betting I haven't posted the wig video yet either. So you're hearing this and you'll see the wig video later. That is it for the dresses. Like I said, it's just out of time, and Christmas is in 2 days, and I just didn't have time to get the other 5 ready. But I mean, whatever I have next year for Christmas, the other 5, if they're still here and I haven't sold them or traded them off, they'll get their share, and there'll be a whole new spray of Christmas dresses. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a Merry Christmas if you celebrate Kwanzaa or any of the winter holidays. And I will see you, or you'll see me hopefully, in the new year.